Anyways. What do we got here? Respawn. At Respawn, bold ideas, creative risks, and passionate storytelling have always defined who we are. The spirit has carried us through incredible highs, and sometimes through difficult changes, too. As we sharpen our focus for the future, we've made the decision to step away from two early stage incubation projects and make some targeted team adjustments across Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi. Oh shit. These decisions aren't easy, and we are deeply grateful to every teammate affected. Their creativity and contributions have helped build Respawn into what it is today. We're offering meaningful support to those impacted, including exploring new opportunities within EA. Looking ahead, our commitment to player-first experiences remains unchanged. Innovation has always been the core of Respawn's identity, and it continues to drive how we build the future. From evolving live experiences to crafting new worlds and stories, for Apex Legends. That means not just delivering competitive, innovative seasons, but expanding what Apex can be. While the team will continue to refine gameplay and bring new ideas to upcoming seasons, we're also investing in what's next for the franchise, exploring bold experiences that push the boundaries of competitive play while staying true to the spirit of competitive creativity. Competition, creativity, and integrity that our community expects. Within the Star Wars universe, we're excited to keep building new stories with the next chapter of the Star Wars Jedi series, aiming to raise the bar again for storytelling and gameplay. To everyone who has been part of our journey, past, present, and future, thank you for making Respawn what it is. We can carry our legacy with us into everything we create next. So they've, they canned two early stage projects, apparently, for I guess Apex Legends and Star Wars Jedi, it looks like. They're probably going to, right, for I guess whatever they worked on, they're gonna somehow refurbish those assets. Oh man, they spent time and money on that shit. Oh yeah, was it? Yeah, there. Oh yeah, there. I saw this too. There was apparently there was a leak where they were all like, yeah, they were working on like Titanfall 3 or something, and they were just like, yeah, we can't do that. But who knows? Swear to God, if y'all cancel Titanfall 3, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't think that happened. I mean, I don't even think, will they even create another Titanfall after what happened with the last Titanfall? I don't think so. I think they would refurbish the whole Titanfall series into a different game. Why, dude? What do I got here? Doom the Dark Ages Cosmic Realm first reveal trailer. For PS5, let's go.
Hello everyone out there
Hello.
in Sony land. This is Hugo Martin, game director on
Hi,
Doom
Hugo.
the Dark
Oh,
Ages,
shit, it's
reporting
loud.
to you live from the offices here at id Software. Well, actually it's a recording, but that's okay. We're here today to talk about Doom the Dark Ages, releasing May 15th on PlayStation 5. And that's right around the corner. I can't believe it. I think this is the best Doom game we've ever made. We gave this everything we've had. We left no feature unpolished. We've got 22 levels of incredible FPS single-player combat. Tons of gameplay innovations like
that was a little. They have like a Predator machine gun right here instead of like the Predator fucking plasma fucking blast. You got a fucking machine gun.
Tons of gameplay innovations like the shield saw.
I wonder if they had
flail.
that rocket one too, because I think there was a. Was it a weapon? I forgot which one.
Crazy guns with huge worlds to explore and an awesome roller coaster ride of an action story to carry you through to the finish. This will be an epic odyssey through a savage world full of powerful villains, crazy locations, and awesomely brutal weapons. But if you've been following along, you've heard all this before. You know Doom the Dark Ages is a premium single-player campaign featuring 3 core pillars of engagement: combat, story, and exploration. I'm guessing you tuned in because you want to hear something new, something about the game no one else has heard about. Well, I've got a good one for you.
New
We have,
reveal.
as I said, fantastic worlds to explore throughout the story. One of them is totally unique for a Doom game, a space we've never been to, but a world I've wanted to incorporate into the Doom universe for a while: the Cosmic Realm.
So we're going into space.
You will bear witness to the cyclopean architecture of this Lovecraftian dimension as you explore its darkest secrets and battle its most insane enemies.
So it's a spacey dimension.
An unholy union between hell and the Cosmic Realm has been formed. Why, you ask? Well, you're going to need to watch the story to find out. No spoilers here today. But this partnership has given birth to some new type of adversaries for the Slayer to fight. Enemies like the Cosmic Baron, twin-bladed brute. He attacks with relentless pressure, and at range releases a flurry of psionic attacks that can block your projectiles and rip through your precious health. But fear not, because embedded in his attacks are parry windows that a skilled Doomslayer should be able to exploit should he or she be brave enough to stand and fight.
Oh,
all
God
the strongest
damn,
foes in Dark Ages
flail.
require this kind of aggression. You weave your way through the maze of projectiles, just like in classic Doom, to then go toe-to-toe with the biggest demons we've ever created.
Oh.
And after you've dispatched with the Cosmic Baron,
Oh,
be
one of those
careful,
brain
because
things.
rising above the dark horizon, you'll find the powerful Cacodemon, a hybrid between the 2 dimensions and newly designed for this game. This floating mass of telepathic terror will stun players with his advanced shield attacks and cripple you with his tentacle strikes should you allow him to get close. But you can counter these enemies' assaults with a new weapon, born from the mollusk swamps of the Carthul marshes, an ancient tool from dimensions beyond our own.
Oh,
The
it looks like a
Reaver Shock.
fucking BFG. What the fuck? Oh.
A brutal ballistic iron mace of death.
That's actually
Fire
pretty
it
sick.
quickly
I
to
like
unleash
that.
a light attack to a single
Fucking
foe.
shoot.
Hold down the trigger to charge the
fucking
Chaos Sphere
charge
and
the
unleash
ball of,
brutal long-range
whatever
melee
it
strikes,
is.
turning
Iron
your
mace.
enemies' insides into demonic pulp. This weapon is unlike anything we've ever had in an id game.
I like
It
the
brings
the mixture of
fantastic
how
melee
they
combat
did
featured in Doom
melee
the
now.
Dark Ages to a whole new, brutal level of bone-breaking destruction. The sound, the design, the visuals, this weapon is amazing. There are so many more secrets to reveal and legends to forge here in this new world we've crafted for you. I think you'll find your time here to be full of intrigue and bloody, bone-crunching mayhem.
The
And
fucking
it will all
shield
look amazing
charge.
on your PlayStation 5, featuring cutting-edge, ludicrous mode graphics powered by the all-new id Tech 8. The innovations in this latest version of id Tech allows us to have more content visible on screen than ever before.
Oh
Bigger
shit, so
spaces
there's
with
more
longer
enemies,
views,
larger
more enemies
spaces.
to fight, more destruction, better feedback, a better gaming experience.
Interesting. Okay.
We have fully dynamic lighting powered through ray tracing, which has allowed us to
the
iterate
ray
faster during
tracing.
development, empowering our team to make better art faster.
RTX on.
id Tech 8 is a purpose-built engine made specifically for Doom the Dark Ages, with performance that's buttery smooth at 60 frames per second. This game will play as good as it looks.
Oh.
And there's so much more, to be honest, that we still have yet to share, but we just wanted to give the Sony fans something special as we head into launch. We cannot wait to share this experience with you. It is the biggest and most complete epic game we have ever made at id. It plays fantastic on the PlayStation 5 and, of course, the PlayStation 5 Pro. There will be so many things to see, abilities to unlock, and demons to crush in Doom the Dark Ages when it releases on May 15th. So from all of us at id, thank you so much for your time and continued support. See you soon.
May 15th. It is on the way.
PlayStation.
PlayStation. Doo, doo, doo.
Well, 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 if it isn't exactly the same problem the initial release of the Nintendo Switch saw, as this time it's happening to the Switch 2 too. Distributors in the US like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and GameStop are no longer allowing pre-orders, and Nintendo fans
Why?
are
'Cause
erupting
everyone
and
got
expressing their
pre-orders
dismay
and then it
online.
crashed?
Despite Nintendo promising anti-scalping measures to prevent this sort of thing, it would appear that they are still unable to provide for their fans. That being said, apparently you can still pre-order from Nintendo directly. You just need to have at least 50 gameplay hours on the original Switch, as well as a 12-month Switch Online membership. So you have to
I heard about this, yeah.
that you're willing to spend
So
the
yeah,
money
they're
for.
trying to basically reduce the amount of scalpers. So they're essentially saying, hey, in order for you have to have past experience of playing with our console and blah blah blah. If we don't see that on your account, then sorry, can't purchase, can't pre-order.
First. As stated
I mean,
prior,
that's
this
one
is
way
not
to do
terribly
it.
surprising considering what happened with the first console. Due to the fact that it had been Nintendo's most popular tech ever, and when it released it was actually quite difficult to get a hold of one, it would seem many are having flashbacks to 2017.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
Yeah,
after
I mean,
the hype passed
yeah, it was
and
the same with
scalpers
the
realized they could
PlayStation 5. People are scalping the shit out of it.
keep getting away with
I mean,
buying
look, I have to say it, but yeah, look, people are there to make money sometimes, even if it's on merchandise. People will scalp
selling them
shit
en
if they have
masse,
to.
there was plenty of stock to go around, but it was touch and go for a good while. Perhaps when the Switch 2 actually releases, there'll be enough for everyone, but for now it seems like it's going to sell out almost instantly anytime it becomes available. As hype for the new console continues to grow, we've seen news of someone actually stealing one from a factory, so it seems that people are getting ridiculously worked up. After all, there's been so many memes referencing the console before it was even announced, and audiences have been crying out to Nintendo for years for just a crumb of information on specs or design until they finally officially showed it. It seems to be a running theme for new consoles in the modern age. Gaming has become such a popular hobby that everyone wants to take part, and consoles are on the cheaper end compared to buying a new PC, so they're supposed to be considered more accessible. However, it seems that there's more demand now than ever. Perhaps with the cost of living crisis, a person who might spend money on an expensive holiday would now be looking for a different escape in the form of video games, which could be one of the reasons why pre-orders have been so booked, despite being, kind of expensive themselves. In short, the pre-orders of the Switch 2 selling out is not terribly surprising, although it is good to hear Nintendo did at least put in some anti-scalping practices, as the console shapes up to take over the original Switch as the best-selling console ever.
Yeah, you have so many people checking so many different websites just to make sure that they got one.
And remember, like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, I saw this one too. I was all like, what the fuck happened? Some shit happened with Mr. Beast
Could
apparently.
100 men beat one silverback gorilla in a fight? That is the question on everyone's lips as the internet debates who would be strongest and why.
Yeah, I don't know why this happened. This is weird. Oh, because the AI. Someone made an AI of this? What the
Sure,
fuck?
a gorilla is massive, with huge muscles, a punch that could concuss, and fangs that could crack a skull. But could it beat 100 average ordinary men who pile on top of it in hand-to-hand combat? I guess it comes down to whether or not these men experience fear, or if they're okay with dying, and if they can just throw themselves at the gorilla until it gets tired. It is, after all, a who would win moment that has been floating around the internet for years, sparking debate in the same vein as the blue/black or white/gold dress,
Oh yeah,
or
this
fighting
one.
100
Oh yeah, that dress. Yeah, it's actually a blue and gold dress because of the way the light is hitting it. Yeah, because basically there's certain, so within certain color spectrums, right? For certain cameras, they can't see it clearly, right? It can't pick up that color spectrum, so then it's obviously you gotta need a better camera. Also, if you looked at yeah, look, you got the lighting, and then you have to consider what kind of camera it's being used, that's being shot. But yeah, if you were to actually like look this up, this is an actual thing that happens.
White/gold dress, or fighting 100 duck-sized horses versus fighting one horse-sized duck. These questions are designed to encourage discussion, and surprisingly, people will get quite heated if they think their answer is right, which means each clip will have plenty of comments, which means the algorithm sees the engagement and only boosts it more. It's a cycle that essentially perpetuates itself, and despite it being a flavor of the week type debate, it has certainly reached mainstream news outlets as a result of its virality. Gorillas are inherently a funny animal. They're cousins of humanity, so there's sort of a kinship we feel with them and their expressive activities. They often walk on two legs, and watching them do day-to-day stuff makes them look almost safe and goofy, until you remember that they can quite easily straight up murder
they
a
can just
person.
maul
I
you
mean,
to
the
death
main reason
real
humanity
easily.
got as far as it has is because it
If
uses
anything, they
tools
could
to
literally
achieve its
take one of
goals.
their arms
100
and crush your
ordinary men with
fucking neck.
spears could take a gorilla down, probably no problem. But one ordinary guy with a spear
Well,
and
I
no
mean,
combat
all they have
training,
to do is take their
maybe,
fist and
if
punch
he's
you,
lucky.
really. in
Again,
the
this
skull.
hypothetical really depends on the ability of the
Fucking
100 guys
Dunsky,
to
dude.
keep themselves together
That's
in the
a
face of
big-ass
danger.
fist.
What would you do if you went with your best mate to fight a gorilla and you ended up
Very,
having his
very
face bashed
dense,
in?
heavy bone,
In short,
too.
the 100 men
If
versus
that
one
thing
gorilla debate
slugged
seems to
you
have supporters
with
on
all
both
its might, you're
sides,
probably
which
done.
means it's more likely to encourage heated debate in comment sections, and this is the reason why you're seeing a ridiculous argument invade every single social media platform on the internet. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
And remember, like and subscribe.
Think of it as being hit by a truck. Yeah, you don't want that. Or a car.
Or else.
You don't want that. That kind of force is not good for your body, okay? Let's just put it that way. Alright, let's see what's going on with the Paimon VA. And Venti VA says SAG has been sending threatening letters. Uh-oh. Oh man. This is the unionization that you don't want, where you have union members threatening you now. What? What the fuck?
Tagged me to all the stuff. Welcome back, everybody. So we've got a ton of crazy stuff going on today, a ton of updates in this VA situation, so much stuff that like we just got to get right into it. So beginning with this Reddit post, and by the way, thank you everyone who's tagged me to all the stuff going on. Appreciate that. The Reddit post reading, Venti VA, that being Erica, says, SAG, the union, has been sending threatening letters.
Uh-oh.
The post reading, not surprised, at least some of the other VAs will be back in 5.7, that being 5.7 update for Genshin, for those that don't play, that's what that's referring to. And she'll cover everything she missed after the mess is over. We can see in the screenshot a user had asked Erica, does this mean some of the other VAs will be back in 5.7? By the way, I love your work. With Erica saying, I think so. SAG has been sending threatening letters, so it's been very difficult to navigate, but they were rude to me, and I'm sick of this stuff, so lol. The top response reading, I also found this other comment that also mentions SAG threats. I scrolled through the comments to make sure this was legit, and it is. So let's check it out. In this screenshot, Freminet says, you know what, we'll figure things out for you. You clearly don't give a dang about us or the game. We will be demanding a recast, and I pray to God you lose this role. You don't deserve it. With Erica responding, saying, bruh, I'm trying to come back. SAG has been sending threatening letters to us. It's been very complicated. I'm coming back soon. If it had been my choice, I would have been voicing the whole time. Okay, so some quick context on Erica talking about coming back. We've got this video from Nor Egrets that talks about the situation. Let's see.
This is a really disappointing news for version 5.6 because Venti will not have an English voice despite being one of the main casts of the patch. This patch is so highly anticipated that even the livestream announcement surpassed Mavuika strip marketing. But in a TikTok video by Venti's English VA where she did a Q&A, a fan asked her whether she will be voicing Venti in the next patch. Unfortunately, she responded that she wasn't able to figure things out yet. There's no doubt that many voice actors felt this way when she said that the politics as a voice actor in the current landscape are very annoying. The silver lining is that she might not be replaced because she said that she will be back soon. Hopefully, this is true because fans really want her to voice Venti as she's one of the most iconic voice that Genshin has.
So it's pretty confusing right now. I think 5.6 drops on like May 7th, I think it is. So we'll see if Venti is voiced in 5.6 or not. It sounds like Erica is not voicing Venti in 5.6. Once again, we have like this message too where she said, "So alas, I wasn't able to figure things out for 5.6. The politics as an actor are very annoying, but I'll be back soon." But then we've got more information in this post that reads, Venti may be voiced in 5.7 with his original VA, that being Erica, saying numbers added on are the order that each comment was made. So we'll take a look at this with the numbers helping us get the order. The real question, are you still the voice of Venti? Because the new update is going to suck with you not in it. Erica saying, I'm not sure if I'll be back for 5.6, but I'll be back soon. The politics of the acting world can be super annoying. Isaac then saying, I'm just worried because other characters in ZZZ got replaced and that also voice in Genshin. Zachary then saying, so you might be in 5.7, with Erica saying, hopefully yes, assuming nothing crazy happens. And there is also this post that reads, Venti's VA says she'll likely be back after 5.6, with these comments reading, thank you guys for loving Venti as much as I do. I'm so sorry this strike has sucked for everyone. We didn't even vote on it. I should probably take my own advice and shut up now. But yeah, I'm really sorry for how dumb this all has been. Saying that she hopefully will be back in 5.7. I think we already read this one, assuming nothing crazy happens. And this one saying, I'm sorry for keeping you waiting. I promise I'll be back within the next few patches. And finally, this one saying, I don't think 5.6, but I'll be back very soon. Hopefully we can cover 5.6 retroactively. Yeah, so this is all really unfortunate. You guys know I'm a fan of Venti, and I do think Erica does a great job voicing Venti, and 5.6 is certainly going to be an important patch for Venti, given the return to Mondstadt and all that. And this whole time I was thinking, thankfully it looks like Erica is not a part of the strike, but unfortunately it seems like she is. The good news is that she seems to be trying to break away from it, and of course, thankfully she has not been like these other VAs who have been constantly attacking the community. And on top of all that, she has also given us this interesting information about SAG sending these threatening letters. It would be nice if she posted letters.
So apparently she is part of it, but she's not like one of those crazy people. Like the fucking Paimon VA.
Full context in what they're saying. But of course, I'm not going to be surprised if she doesn't want to do that. She may be worried about potential legal liability and stuff like that. And furthermore, her simply giving this information is probably going to paint a target on her back from the SAG bootlickers. As a matter of fact, spoiler alert, later in this video, it looks like Karina's not happy with Erica, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Over on the Genshin Impact subreddit, this has only spurred further speculation though. For example, Duality, which I'll show you. This response reading, wow, I'm kind of shocked she'd speak up about it, kudos to her. I can't imagine that SAG and its trolls are going to appreciate it if VAs are being threatened into not voicing the game. I'm hoping they can find a way to return. Not all these VAs are terrible people. Conversely, however, there's speculation like this comment that says, SAG-AFTRA is already shady, but certain VAs made them look even worse, which is one possible reason why they're threatening the VAs themselves, referring to the letters or emails or whatever. Like, hey, your strike is not official and made us look worse. Go get yourself back to work. Responses reading, as far as I know, SAG-AFTRA was in support of their members continuing the strike. And another saying, SAG was openly tweeting about the strike as if it was an official thing. It's not unreasonable for most VAs to be confused about the whole thing and just following what everyone else was doing. So yeah, SAG-AFTRA retweeted Aneris Q, where Aneris was trying to get Hoyoverse to sign the agreement. SAG-AFTRA retweeted that tweet from Aneris, basically saying like, yeah, just sign the agreement, Hoyoverse. It's so easy, winking emoji. But as we've talked about many times before, Aneris actually ended up deleting her tweet. That said, this comment talking about VAs being tired of being put in this situation.
Yeah, some of these people
might be, but we know a lot of them have been defending this whole
deleted their
situation
tweet
and still continue to
like,
refuse to work. So let's not forget
idiots.
that. And then this other comment we read, specifically the part where they say it's not unreasonable for most VAs to be confused about the whole thing. That part's fine because, yeah, it's been really confusing and convoluted. But the second part where they say, and just following what everyone else was doing, I don't think that's a great
basically they're
excuse.
playing
These
the
are grown
herd
adults who are able to
mentality
make
and they're
their own
not really
decisions.
thinking about
They
their
chose to be a part of
fucking
SAG.
jobs.
They chose to go along with the actions of the strike, and they can refuse to be a part of it. like we're now seeing Erica do. With that said, let's take a look at this repost from Karina, VA for Paimon, over on Blue Sky. The repost reading from Kyle McCarley. I haven't threatened anyone. SAG-AFTRA staff has jurisdiction to contact members about violations of Global Rule 1, which could result in censures, fines, suspension of membership, or a ban from the union. All members, first of all, let's stop there for a second. Seems like that would actually be a good thing. Continuing though. All members are informed of this rule and the consequences for breaking it when they join. The context to this is someone bringing up what Erica said. So Karina retweeting Kyle McCarley makes it seem like Karina might not be happy with what Erica just posted here. Might not be happy with Erica going up against this strike. So the full context. We've got a blocked post, but right below that, Jackson says, I do find it funny how despite signing agreements against AI with other studios and companies, the SAG contract is the only one they haven't, and most likely won't sign that we're aware of. Makes you question what exactly is in the agreement that is so damaging that they won't sign it. With Kyle McCarley saying, this is a false claim. Hoyo has not signed any agreement that limits their use of recordings for the purpose of AI on any project. All their non-union agreements in fact have language that grants them rights to their recordings in perpetuity for any use whatsoever without limitation. And that's where this other person says, it's really disgusting that now you even threatening the voice actors. Showing where Erica said, I think so. SAG has been sending threatening letters, so it's been very difficult to navigate, but they were rude to me, and I'm sick of this. That's where Kyle made this post. We'll read it once again now with that context, where he says, I haven't threatened anyone. SAG-AFTRA staff has jurisdiction to contact members about violations of Global Rule 1, which could result in censures, fines, suspension of membership, or a ban from the union. All members are informed of this rule. And
yeah, it seems like they're just
they
trying to
Such
strong-arm these people into
every step in the
fucking
process of
right
taking
signing,
it is fully confidential between the members
or to
and
follow the herd
staff.
mentality.
No one knows what punishment, if any, is given unless that
Fucking
member
angry
chooses to talk
mom.
about it. Well, we also don't know what exactly the threatening letter was about. This is making an assumption that it's about Global Rule 1 when we don't even know if that's the case. By the way, check this out. Kyle McCarley has done a lot of VA work, including Mob from Mob Psycho 100. Whole controversy about it too. In September 2022,
Oh yeah,
McCarley's
Crunchyroll,
contract
yeah,
to
that
voice
stuff.
Shigeo Kageyama, the protagonist of Mob Psycho 100, was not renewed by Crunchyroll. McCarley, who is a member of SAG-AFTRA, had offered to work on a non-union contract for the third season on the condition that Crunchyroll meet with SAG-AFTRA representatives to discuss potential future contracts. Crunchyroll refused the offer, sparking criticism from anime fans and media outlets.
Nobody wants to,
Crunchyroll
because nobody wants to talk to this fucking crazy ass union. Because the people who are the head of this union, yeah, these people are crazy. They're not in your best interest. They're fucking with shit.
continued with their simulcast strategy of releasing Mob Psycho 103
right, if it was a different head, maybe, but yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because you don't know who's the head of these union, right? Because it's a committee, right? It's a panel of people judge it, or well, right? An oligarchy.
Information, making it all that much more fitting to see Kyle McCarley bootlicking for SAG over here on Blue Sky.
In the
Karina,
name of Bernie's
a lot of those posts
Bernie
from Kyle.
Sanders.
He's not the only one though. We can also see Kaiser Neko reposting
it's the
that response from Kyle
oligarchy.
McCarley, who responds to the information about Erica. Right below that, we can see another interesting take from Kaiser Neko saying, oh my gosh, these people don't understand that SAG-AFTRA members knowingly and willingly sign contracts affirming they won't work on any projects that haven't signed agreements with the union, and they're still acting like know-it-alls. Well, actually, that's something that we've all talked about. That is indeed part of the problem, because Hoyoverse games are not SAG-AFTRA union games,
Yeah.
and yet a lot of these SAG-AFTRA members have been working on Hoyoverse games and then simultaneously try to dictate who is and isn't allowed to work on those games while they don't even follow their own policies.
Yeah,
This is also
some of these.
that's
At least,
hypocritical
some
on
of them
SAG's
are
end
following
because they
up.
have another policy on their own website that encourages members to work
Like that Paimon
on
dumb
non-union
bitch.
projects while also having Global Rule 1, which forbids it. Their excuse being, well, if you guys work on those, we can try and flip them to become union. The whole thing is ridiculous. Oh, would you look at that? Karina also reposting that take that we just read from Kaiser Neko, and this one as well from Jobert. This is very interesting. This looks like more evidence to support that Karina's mad at Erica, excuse me. Because when we click that and take a look at the context, we can see a blocked post. But this response from Shugosha saying, "Aw, it's little Karina that still needs to pretend that SAG is such a kind group. You're a cancer that needs to be replaced as well." Showing a screenshot that I'm pretty sure we read earlier, the one with Freminet there, and Erica, where Erica had said, "Bruh, I'm trying to come back. SAG has been sending threatening letters to us. It's been very complicated. I'm coming back soon. If it had been my choice, I would have been voicing the whole time." Where Kaiser Neko says, "Turns out that when you defy the terms of your contract with your union, they contact you to tell you you're in violation of your contract with the union. What do you expect, that unions shouldn't hold you accountable if you violate their rules? All union actors accept that." Jobert saying, "That kind of 'I shouldn't have to support the union, it should just support me' is what conservatives to pass the right to work laws that gutted unions wanted. People who didn't value the unions and didn't understand the benefits of having one are the reason workers' rights have eroded." He then corrects himself and says, "Who passed?" But I love how yesterday we were talking about Pomeranian of Doom accusing all of us of being alt-right for criticizing SAG-AFTRA, and now we got this person who's basically saying that Erica is acting like a conservative. Like, these people are not capable of having any sort of discussion without bringing in their political brain
Oh
rot.
boy.
Also,
we got
how
fucking.
he's implying that SAG-AFTRA really just has to
Oh, you had this political viewpoint. Get the fuck out. It's like, dude, why do we gotta do this?
benefits of workers' rights in mind. That's like all they want. They want to benefit
Just because this person's pushing back a little and not and wanting what's better for for their future, you're just like, oh, this person's conservative. Fuck this guy. Get him out.
the workers' rights, when we have seen that that's not the case at all. They simply want to benefit their own members, even if it means screwing over other workers.
I don't know. Yeah, this is
plenty of
this
times they've
union
also screwed
thing.
over their own
Right,
members
yeah, it's
too.
not-
Anyways, it looks like Erica's recent actions have already
it's
upset
fucking
a
death
number
by
of the
1,000
other
cuts,
VAs.
dude.
And that's only from
That's-
what we're seeing
that
being
union's
posted
gonna get you
publicly within the
fucked up.
last number of hours. There could be more posts from other VAs who are upset with Erica on the way, and there's likely already more negative comments going on behind the scenes. Perhaps we will see other VAs also attempting to leave the strike now, and this might cause some sort of divide between the VAs. On one hand, with those now trying to distance themselves from SAG-AFTRA and the strike, and on the other hand, the SAG loyalists. Guess we'll have to see how it all continues to play out. As always, thank you for tuning in. If you enjoyed my
All right,
coverage,
there you
please
have it.
consider liking and or subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next
Thank
one.
you, Mr. Hero. Hey, you heathen, you animu heathen person. Fucking. All right.